So on the stat front, another really solid this season. As you can see from midfield, like Borden, even though he's a wide man, similar on the goals and stats, but Stephen's more of a, he'll dictate the tempo and things like that. So it's even more impressive that he's getting these type of goals, and he's very consistent for the last, well, for 6 years now. He's been so consistent, but the last 4 years especially, he's averaging about 7.42, which is what I said when you want that 7.5 for, the very best. And just, what more can I say other than it's pretty special? So City won the FA Cup this year. We know Tottenham have won the league now, which is a bit of a shock. But at this point, we're so far into the future, it's going to be so many players we don't know about. Don't know how good they are. It's impossible to critique. And individual awards, haven't had anyone like winning player of the year or anything like that, which, considering someone like Stephen, you think he'd been buying for, but maybe City have to win things for him to get that. And injury front, good. So that's that. Stephen. So on to Nick, and obviously I mentioned Nick was someone I'd waited. I went to August 30th, so there was a day left in the window because I wanted to get him to a team before the window shut, so he'd have some stats on board by the time I was critiquing him. But what happened when I got to the 30th of August was that Torino have obviously offered him a new deal, a 1-year deal, some sort of like pay as you play, and so that was frustrating because by the time it got to August, he'd already accepted the deal at Torino, and as you can see, it'd be another wasted year. I would have rather him just left, gone to free agency, and I could have just added him to someone. But again, so the contract's up again in 1 month's time, and we'll be in the same position. And just don't see the point in Torino doing the same thing again. I don't even know why they did it the first time. So there's a chance they could do it again. They've done it before. So it's frustrating because I know Nick watches these and probably wants to see some just movement or just something different other than, how many years is it now of just nothingness? It's coming on 10 years. 10 years. Well, he had that 1 year Serie B, but check how his Brentford boys are getting on, because that's where I was going to send him. Oh, looks like they got promoted. No. 8th. I seen that and just thought that looked like it was top 3, but that was the year they again lost in the playoffs. So they've missed out on the playoffs this year. But good if he could get to Championship. I just still don't. Now he hasn't played for so long. I just don't even know the Championship is the right level for him. And it's so late in his career now. Even he couldn't go down low and then sort of become a hero at a team either. So it's sad waste. But probably one silver lining is that he's got his Italian passport by now. He's been there so long. But look, he wants to stay at Torino. Just a slug. Lazy slug. Balanced personality. You need to be more driven or more determined to do something with your talent, but nope. And I think there was a couple of 14, so yeah, he has gone backwards. And he's not playing for Greece anymore. You can't really blame them. Let's check out in case he was injured or something. Nope. Did Torino do anything? Probably got relegated. No. So not much more to say other than, again, after the World Cup episodes, if we're there, I will do the same to Nick. Just go into the window. I'm assuming this will run down, and then he'll sort of be on a rolling contract where Torino might take the option to keep him, but it's just there's no point now. I don't know why they would, but you know what the game's like. Can't really. Sometimes common sense doesn't apply. And like Nick didn't get back to me when I said who would he rather like to play for, because I could add him to anyone. Obviously, someone where you just want to play is the main criteria. Monday, good, great winger. Again, he's like similar goals, assists, man of matches to Stephen. Slightly worse average rating. Where did United finish? I didn't see them in the league table. Third. So he's had another very good year. Surprised he doesn't get in the England team. 12 appearances for England. He must have just slagged off Mourinho back in the day, or got called up but didn't go. I don't know. It's odd because playing for United, pretty much a guaranteed starter on the wing, performing well. Odd. Just obviously doesn't fit into the tactics they're playing, or there's someone ahead of him who's even better. But he's got to be in the squad surely because he's so versatile. He's got to be in the top 5 wingers in the country, and that. So he's 4-star winger. That's good. Just check out a personal note. I can't remember. So he did win something. I know he's runner up in the Capital One. Okay, doke. Cracking on to McShane. Still at Arsenal. No, he's at Liverpool. Sorry, he moved to Liverpool, didn't he, a few years ago? I've just seen the red. Yeah, he didn't kick on as much as I thought maybe 3 years ago when he had these 16s and 17s. I thought there'd be a few more 20s. He's still very, very good. But I think it's because he was sort of designed as a defensive midfielder, but then he's so technically gifted that they've pushed him on the creative side, and it sort of meant that he's really well rounded. But he didn't look at that for all roundedness, but didn't master anything. So he's like a super jack of all trades, but a master of, I wouldn't say nothing, but just step below anyone who's world class in their individual position might be that little bit better than him, but he's still just because of his best attribute is he doesn't have a weakness. So you can't really pinpoint any weakness. He's so strong, he's quick, technically good, creative, tough, skillful. I mean, there isn't probably a player like him in the world. So on the year front, I'm thinking he got injured. 3 months. Yeah, he's a regular starter for Liverpool. Probably part of the reason why they didn't win anything, just because he's going to be an integral. So they finished outside the Champions League. So they're on a sort of downward curve. They used to win a lot of stuff, Liverpool. Selling Tamba. What are they thinking? Irish front seems to still not be nailed on starter. Looking at that, but maybe that was to do with the injury, 3-month injury. What? Sometimes internationally you can get unlucky with the injuries if they just happen, and the international fixtures are sort of clustered around certain times. But when he did play, he does well. Like 4 appearances, 2 goals, assist, man of the match. So overall, another solid year for McShane. But just the injury curtailed it. Hopefully fit and ready to go for World Cup things. He's on 230k a week though. That's the most I think I've seen out of all the Gunnersbury boys. Deserving, and he's got 4 years to run, so he should stay out his career at Liverpool. Might even get an extension at Liverpool and stay there to like 33-4 because he's just, you could easily see him playing until 35. So Bono he's doing okay. He's got a couple of years to run. Up to 62 caps now. I can't remember. I think it must have been low 50s before then, unless he just hasn't been playing for one reason or another. But I think he's gone down on a couple of things. Don't remember seeing many 10s or 9s. So this could